كاهنا يلقي الناس من الجن في الجاهلية قبل الإسلام. ضماد ibn Tha'laba, just to give a bio, an introduction about him, he was a priest, not as a Christian way, but a priest as someone who deals with the jinn and the unseen power and all those unseen creatures. And for anyone who's suffering or struggling from that evil, unseen evil, or jinn or possession, Dumad ibn Tha'laba was the right man and the right destination to go. He had got his own secret powers, his own ways of connection to the jinn and the devils and the demons that he can heal you out with it. And that was before Islam. And he heard about a man in Mecca who's crazy. And people keep repeating again and again that he's crazy and he's claiming that he's a prophet. So he whispered to himself, لَعَلِّي آتِيهِ فَأُرْقِيهِ فَيُشْفَعَ عَلَى يَدِي. Maybe I can come and help this man, give him some ruqyah, and help that. Maybe he would be cured. So he comes to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the most wise man on the planet. And he comes and tells him, Ya Muhammad, سمعت أنك مجنون فهل لك أن أرقيك? I heard you were crazy. Would you like me to give you a ruqyah? Allahu Akbar. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, look at the amount of insults that he received. But with open heart, he took that as an opportunity of da'wah. And he told him, أَوَ تَسْمَعُ مِنِّي يَا ضُمَادْ? Would you like to hear from me? ضُمَادْ قال, أَسْمَعُ مِنْكَ يَا مُحَمَّد. Of course I would. Show me what you have. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam started saying lines that might sound and seem very boring to you. All of us hears it probably every single week. So boring, it passes by you very quickly and it probably doesn't shake your heart at all. But for Dumad, those lines were life-changing. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam started saying, إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Now Rasulullah is just warming up. He's just starting his words. He's probably kicking off one of the verses, going into the Quran, but Dumad stopped him right away. He says, Hasbuk. Ayat. Repeat again. Rasulullah repeated, Inna alhamdulillah. All praise be to Allah. We seek guidance from Him. We seek forgiveness from Him. We seek His mercy. وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ شُرُورِ أَنفُسِنَا. And we seek refuge from Him, not from anyone, from the evil of ourselves. And we testify that there is one and only God, and Muhammad is the slave and his messenger of this God. He says, Hasbuk, again, repeat again. And Rasulullah repeated again. Dumad said, Wallahi, لقد سمعت أقوال الكهنة وأبيات الشعراء وما سمعت مثل هؤلاء الكلمات في قاموس البحر. I've heard the words of the magicians. I've heard the words of the poems and the poets. And nothing looked like these words. That if it would be thrown in the ocean, it would fill the ocean with water and meanings. Give me your hands, Ya Muhammad. Ubsut yadaka ubayyak. Give me your hand. Rasulullah was concerned about his people because all of his people are magicians. The tribe of Tha'laba. So he told him, وَقَوْمُكَ يَا ثَعْلَبَا. What about your people? He says, قَوْمِي عَلَيْهِ. Leave my people for me. Just give me your hand. Dumad said, أَشْهَدُ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ وَأَنَّكَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ. It took him one line. One line. And Tha'laba, Dumad ibn Tha'laba, was transferred and life was changed from probably the worst magicians and corrupted people on the planet of Earth to a follower of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the question arises itself up again. What changes Dimad and does it changes us? What is that one thing that made Jubayr ibn Mut'im radiyallahu anhu, the moment he heard وَالطُّورِ وَكِتَابٍ مَسْطُورٍ فِي رَقٍّ مَنْشُورٍ, he reverted to Islam. What is the one thing that made Umar, when he heard طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى, he reverts to Islam? What is the one thing that made Umayr ibn Wahb al-Jumahi, the moment Rasulullah put his hand on his chest and he made dua to him, Allahumma shfi qalbah, he reverted to Islam? What made the mind revert to Islam with one line? Those people, with all the sins or all the corruption that they had, but their heart was ready to receive the message of Islam. This is why some people will be reciting Salat al-Tawbih, or probably Salat al-Fajr, as you have just prayed now. And the story of Qarun, for example, came down and hit your hearts differently. Some people come here and the tears in their eyes, Wallahi ya Shaykh, those tears have shook my heart. Some others, at the same prayer, at the same recitation, with the same verses, they didn't even receive a drop of it. They were thinking of the next hockey game, of the next video game, of the next transaction, the next meal. They were not even there. The one and only difference, that man was guided and that wasn't, even though it's the same words as a revelation, the condition of the heart. That what changes the whole game. And two things, as we mentioned previously, veils your heart, blocks it. That no matter how much you receive of the Quran, of the Sunnah, of the words of Rasulullah, it wouldn't shake your heart. And that would be the reason behind every prayer, or every recitation, that you didn't feel it. First of all, the worldly life attractions. Between two rackets, heedlessness, al-ghafla. When there's so much dunya in your heart, there are games, there are business, there are the wife, there are the children, there are the family. Lots of things in the heart. Just like Qarun, who was a Muslim. Qarun was a follower to Musa alayhi salam. كَانَ مِنْ قَوْمِ Musa. But the one thing about him, that his heart was full of dunya. That he couldn't believe, he couldn't follow the message of Musa alayhi salam, and the result, فَخَسَفْنَا بِهِ وَبِدَارِهِ الْأَرْضِ. And the same thing was about Fir'aun. Allah says about Fir'aun, أَرَيْنَاهُ آيَاتِنَا كُلَّهَا. Every single sign and miracle was shown to Fir'aun. But the only response was, أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى. He couldn't receive it, he couldn't take it. The second reason is the sins. Sins, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam resembled it like the black dots that keeps dotting in your heart until it blocks it. So no verses, no hadith, no recitations, no miracles, no signs will be able to knock it and shake it and change it. May Allah make our hearts sincere and sound and clear and soft, just like the heart of Dimad ibn Tha'laba radiyallahu anhu. Barakallahu li wa lakum wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina.